Hi everyone, welcome to 14th lecture of Ansible series, and in this lecture we will deep dive into another important concept within Ansible, which is include and import. Now, include and import help us to make our playbook much more reusable. As in, so again, the same example that I had taken in my roles lecture, where let's say we have a big playbook of 1000 or 2000 lines where you're performing multiple set of operations, multiple set of servers are there listed, right? You're calling the inventory and everything. Instead of maintaining and managing thousands or 2000 line of one file, I would prefer to chop that particular playbook into multiple files and call the different smaller chunks of files into the master.yaml file. So master.yaml file will be acting as your playbook, the main playbook, where you are calling all the references which you have chopped from the 1000 lines. As an example, the variables goes into the variable file, the task goes into the task file, handler goes into the handler file. And we have done this concept as part of the roles lecture, but not with include and import. Include and import also help us to do multiple stuff. Like you can also include or import your task, you can also include import your playbook, you can also include import your variables. Like there are like multiple functionalities listed over here. Now, all import statements are pre-processed at the time of playbook when they are passed. So that's one of the important difference what we have with the import and include. Import statements gets pre-processed. They are pre-processed, which means while doing the parsing, they gets pre-processed before executing a playbook. Include statements gets processed when you encounter during the execution of playbook. Like when you run the playbook, then the include statements gets processed. So this is one of the important difference from the interview perspective. You interviewer may ask, hey, have you used import and include? What kind of functionality import and include brings within Ansible, and what is the main difference over there? We have one more important difference that I will show you after while doing the demo actually. Now, importing a playbook, it's a simple syntax that we can use. You just have to write import underscore playbook and then call your playbook, include underscore playbook and call your playbook within the master file. So that's what the concept of include and import are within Ansible. Okay, Ansible, as I said, two mode of operations for using the reusable content is importing and rows, dynamic and static. Why it is dynamic and static, we will see in our practical demo. The main difference is all import statements, as I said, pre-processed, and include statements are processed during the execution of your playbook. Import tasks are static, include tasks are dynamic. So when you try to execute during the execution of playbook, then only you can call your include statements, like a runtime you can say, right? While executing, the include statements are getting called. But import statements, we are already defining that and we are calling that task within our playbook. So that's why these are static and dynamic. Again, interview perspective, the difference is import tasks are static, include tasks are dynamic. Now, following modules are there for import and include. You can import a playbook, task, variable, and role as well. The same goes with playbook as include statement as well. Playbook, task, variable, and role. I have seen only these four for both the statements. So obviously, it helps us a lot to chop down our big playbook into multiple files, right? Again, depend upon your requirement. You want to go with the rules, yes. I prefer to go with the rules instead of having an include import statement, but also include and import statement will come into handy when you are performing certain operations, right? So again, depend upon your choice, whichever you feel is beneficial for you, easy for you to understand. Both are easy actually, then go with that. Okay, so that's our next lecture actually, Ansible loops. Now let me stop the presentation and I will show you a small playbook over here. This is just a playbook, right? Now here what I am doing, there is a web server with SSH connections, sudo permission, yes, running as an Ansible admin, gathering fact, yes. Why I'm gathering fact, I'll let you know soon. Now within the task, and we have done this demo in the playbook section, and since start I'm using similar kind of scenarios like Apache or Git. Now in this section I'm including Git. So In the name section, as I said, this is a statement. It can be anything. Action, yum, name is equal to httpd, state is equal to removed. It should be present. I was doing something else before. So present. Present means you are installing. When there is a condition, also we have done this part as well, in the part of conditional section. When Ansible OS family is Red Hat. Remember, when you type Red Hat, R and H has to be in capital letters. Then the second operation is, the second task within over here is Apache on Debian family, right? Now, again, apt-get in Debian family, we have to use Apache 2. State is equal to install. So you can use installed or you can use present. Both do the same functionality. The third task is installing Git on the Red Hat family. Again, yum, name, Git, removed, not removed. Obviously for this lecture, I'll use present. Ansible family is Red Hat, and same with the Debian family. So now why I'm gathering fact for this particular playbook, because this will help me to get the IP address, this facts of the OS family that I am using. Obviously I'm using only Red Hat family because I don't have an Ubuntu or Debian family system present in my environment. I haven't done that yet. So there will be one lecture coming, like how you can install Ansible on Ubuntu system, but in the later section. Now we have 4 tasks over here. One of the tasks is installing Apache on Red Hat and Debian family. Another task is installing Git on Red Hat and Debian family. So 4 tasks that we have to perform. Now, before chopping down this particular playbook, I just want to run it and show it to you. Okay, let me go to my terminal. So this is my terminal. I have one server running in my entire environment. So this is my controller engine. And again, this is, I have changed from CentOS to Red Hat controller. So I have configured the Red Hat system for my controller engine. Somehow my CentOS system got corrupted. I was trying to do something else out of the box and I corrupted that box. So I created this Red Hat family. This is Red Hat 8 actually, RHEL 8. Okay, so for that, what I have to do, let me do ls first. I should be having import include.yml. So I have given this name as import include yml, but I have to save this. I'm using Atom as an editor and I'm connecting Atom to my remote server using FTP module. So if I save it here, it will directly go to my server. It's roaming, come on. Perfect, file has been successfully updated. Let's go to terminal. To run a playbook, Ansible -playbook and import include, run this. Let's see what we get. Ignore the errors. Now gathering fact, okay, I got one. Change is equal to this, installing on Red Hat family. I don't have Debian family, that's why I skipped. And then where is Git? Yeah, Git is installed over here. Then Apache installed over here. And we have a gathering fact. OK is equal to 3, change is equal to 2, right? Now, if you want to check what exactly this has done, so let's do SSH and then this, enter. We are into that system, okay? Which httpd. So we have that httpd installed now. Which git, we have git as well installed on this system. So I'm not logging separately on the remote system. I'm doing it from here because we already have an SSH connection created. Okay, perfect. Let's exit out. And before exiting out, let me first remove this because we will be going to use the same system for the next demo. Where is Git? Where is Git? Yeah. It has to be removed, not remove, actually removed is the exact word. Save it. It's saving. Done. Let's run this again. Again, we will get like 3 okay because 1 is gathering fact, 2 is removing Git and Apache. Perfect. This has been done successfully. Now, in order to chop this playbook, what we will be going to do, we will be going to create few files. Okay, let's create a few files like install httpd redhat.yml. So that's one file. Let's create another file, install, then where is that? Oh, sorry. Let's do install git on again Red Hat, right, .yml. We will be calling all these references into our playbook, and you will see like the number of lines will get reduced. I'll create another playbook, which is basically install Apache 2 on debian.yml. This is done. I'm just creating a file and then I will update. Let's create another file, install git debian.yml. Perfect. All files are created. Now let's go back to our main playbook. So as you can see, as you can see what we have to do in the, in the action section and the name. This is basically that what we are doing, right? Remove. So first let me, actually we'll edit in the new file. So this, if I remove these two lines from each of the operations, then based upon the OS condition, we can call our installation or removal or whatever the operation you are trying to do. So first let's copy this out and keep the task as it is. Let's go to httpd redhat, starting with dash dash dash, okay, and then one dash over here, paste it. Okay, one sec. Indentation is important, so we have to follow that. Perfect. So this is done. Let's save this file. We are just doing yum name httpd state removed. Let's copy the entire line and go to the git part. Where is that? Now here we give as git install git, okay, present, and we'll do same over here because it is removed. Present, save it. This is also done. Save the file. Okay, copy. We'll go to Debian now. Git Debian. Here instead of yum, because this is Debian, instead of yum we'll use apt get name is equal to get, state equals to present. Perfect. Save this file as well. Let's go over here in Apache section, apt get, and here Apache 2, right? Install Apache on Debian, apache, yeah, apache, that's the correct word. Save it. So we have 4 files now, right? One is for Debian installing git, one is for Apache on installing Apache on Debian, then we have Red Hat installing httpd, then we have git getting installed on another Red Hat system, right? Now let's go back to our import include file, how we can import or include these YAML file into our master.yaml file, or which is over here is import include.yml. Now for that, let's edit this. We have to do import, then task, import task, okay, call install what is that, install underscore httpd underscore redhat.yml. That's it. That's how you call import task and calling the file that you have created. Condition will remain same when OS family is equal to Red Hat. Now we'll do same over here. Instead of name, let's call another one, which is basically name over here, and we'll remove the action. We don't need that. And this has to be install Apache on Debian, Debian, Debian.yaml. Perfect. Again, let's paste it over here. Install git redhat.yaml. Correct. Remove the action because action is already defined. And last one, install git on Debian. So that this has to be git, come on, and this is debian.yaml. Remove the action part. Perfect. So that's how you call import task. Let me save this file, and after this I will show you how to do that include as well. Or in fact, let's do one thing. On the Red Hat side, you just have to call include. That's the only way that you define the task, import and include. So let me save it. It will go to my server. Perfect. Now let's call Ansible Playbook import include.yml and observe the output over here. Oh, we have some error. Unable to retrieve the file content, home Ansible, this, install Apache Debian.yaml in controller. There must be some spelling mistake for sure. This is what? Apache 2, not Apache. And where is the git one? Install git Debian. Yeah. Save it. Let's try to run again. Perfect. So first one is gathering a fact. Installing Apache on Red Hat family, it installed. Installing Apache on Debian, skipped. Then again the second one got skipped, and then we have installing this get skipped. OK is equals to 4. Now over here, if you see, you're not getting anything for the import task, but for the include task, it is already included, like home Ansible admin, this directory, this for this one. So that's the difference over here for include and import. Okay. So let's go back to our playbook again. After seeing the output, you might have observed two things. While doing an import task, I'm not getting any notification, hey, this task is imported. But while doing the include task, I'm getting a notification that this task is included. There is nothing called import. The task included is given over here. So that's what makes a difference between import and include. What is the exact difference and how this is happening? Just don't worry about that. It's a simple concept. Now, when you call this particular playbook import include.yml or master.yml, where you are calling all set of operations, what Ansible playbook does, it basically pre-process the defined import task. So which means whatever value you have defined in the files and you are using, if you're using import task, those are get pre-processed. But when you hit enter and when it start getting executed, this particular include task operation gets into picture and start whatever the operation you have defined for the include task file. So suppose you are having a variable, right, in some of your YAML file, and you want to call those variables dynamically, because you can, there are like static variable, they are like dynamic variable. The dynamic variable has to be called at the time, at the runtime basically. And if you want to call that dynamic variable, that cannot happen via import task. It can only be done by include task. How? Let me show you again. What kind of operation we are doing? We are installing Apache on Debian and Red Hat, and we are installing Git on Debian and Red Hat. Like two operations on two system, and we are trying to perform two operations on each system, right? Now, as you can see, we are giving a condition when Ansible OS family is Red Hat. So instead of giving Ansible family is equals to Red Hat, while importing a task or including a task, I can directly give a command over here, include my OS family. Let's remove these three lines. These three lines is not required. Again, installing Git, I will use the same. Let me call my Git and done. So as you can see, all 8 lines gone, and our playbook is much more simpler, and we are calling everything dynamically now. How? Let me run this playbook. Let me save it, and while running we will observe the operation. Here I am using both import and include. Let's go here and hit enter. Let's see what options or what exactly we are getting. Error: when evaluating a variable import path, this, okay, when using a static imports, ensure that the variables used in their names are defined in var or var files, or extra vars pass into the command line. Static imports cannot use a variable from the fact or inventory sources like group or host vars. So this operation is not possible when, because import tasks are static, so you cannot call the dynamic variable. So what I have to do over here in order to execute this, click edit, include. Okay, save this file. So let's run our playbook now. Enter. It's running, gather the fact, but it failed. Why? Couldn't access or find or access red hat.yml file on Ansible controller. So I made a mistake over here, just intentionally, just to show you guys that one spelling mistake can also create a problem while working with Ansible, right? Now, if you observe my Ansible OS family, because whenever we write Ansible OS family, I mention every time, like in Ansible OS family equals to red hat, where R is capital, H is capital. Now I'm calling that family over here, but if you observe my all file names, Debian, D is lowercase, then we have red hat all in lowercase. So it's not able to find out red hat R caps H caps dot YML file. You see this over here, red R capital H capital dot YML file. It's not able to find out because it is case sensitive, as I mentioned earlier. So let's try to rename our file and then we'll try to run it again. Let's see, rename. We'll rename this to caps. That's one. Then this is the second file. We'll rename it over here as well. Then we have red hat. Come on. Then we have red hat. So that's how something you have to make things proper. And if you don't do practice, you will make a mistake. And it's good to make a mistake actually. Then only you will learn, right? Perfect. So red hat, enter. Everything is saved now. Yeah, that was the last file. Let's go to our terminal and try running it again. Gathering a fact, that is done. As you can see, task included, that's for Apache, and task included, that's for Git, which means our playbook is executed perfectly fine. And that's where the include task and import task difference is all about. You cannot have the dynamic variable call with the help of import task. It can only be done with include task. Now, if you want to do everything static, then go for the import task. Okay. So I hope this clears a lot in terms of this important concept, import and include, and play around with the practical part. Facing an issue, place out a comment in comment section. I'll be there to help you. And in next lecture, I will see you with the Ansible loops. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.